Hello, my beautiful people. I'm back. Oh my god, I feel like it's been so long since I have been on YouTube and since I've spoken to you guys. A lot's been going on. I've been working, I've been writing a lot on the Beauty Breakdown and for other publications, so that's why I have been a little bit absent. But I'm back. I thought I would speak to you guys a little bit today, just about a few things that have been on my mind lately that I think might be really good to talk about. I've actually been receiving a few questions from you guys that I thought I might answer, just so that you guys can get a little good idea of what you've been asking. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I don't know why I get nervous when I put the camera on. Like, I'm never usually a nervous person, but as soon as I put the camera on and I press record, all of a sudden I just get like really flustered and nervous. So what's the time? The time is approximately 9:30. It's a Saturday. I have not trained today, which I'll get into later. Speak to you a little bit about my training and stuff like that. I have had breakfast. I vacuumed the house because the house is a mess. Yeah, I've no dogs in my house, which absolutely sucks. I miss my dogs so much. My parents have taken them away for the weekend. And today, basically not much is happening. I'll probably do a little bit more writing. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about and touch on is, you probably have seen in my videos, particularly my vlogs, I don't wear makeup, or I don't wear a lot of makeup. There are a few reasons for that. The first reason is that I actually don't really know how to put makeup on properly. I'm not good at it. I never have been. I've always been really bad at it. So I'm not good at putting it on, which is part of the reason that I never wear it. The second reason is also feel like it's important for us as women to be comfortable with both sides of ourselves. So to be comfortable with the made up side, but also to be comfortable with what we look like in our natural state. I think that's actually really important. And something that I've noticed, I have a lot of female friends who actually don't feel comfortable like leaving the house without makeup on, or starting their day without makeup on their face. And I can understand where that comes from, but equally I feel that's pretty sad that we can't just be our natural selves and be accepted as our natural selves. And I think it's important for us to just be okay with both. Like, it's so fine if you love wearing makeup and it makes you feel good, absolutely go for your life, but it's also important that we accept and embrace who we are when we don't have our face on and we don't have like lip gloss or foundation or concealer or whatever. So at the moment I'm completely makeup free. I've got a little bit of bags under my eyes, I've got some pimples on my nose, like my hair's only just been washed. So this is just my natural self, and I don't know, I prefer it because a lot of the time when I'm wearing makeup, I'll like scratch my face and my foundation will come off in my hands. It's just really annoying. So I don't know, I've really tried to be comfortable with who I am in both stages. So I did want to also talk to you guys a little bit about my training regime, because I have been getting a few questions from you guys about like what my training looks like at the moment, sort of the training that I'm doing. So at the moment my training regime is I work out 5 days a week, and 3 of those days are resistance based. So one of them will be a solid leg day. So that day I'll do like my squats, my deadlifts, my glute kickbacks. I also do this really fun activity, or this exercise called Nordics. And then I'll do an upper body day. So I'll do like my lateral pull downs. I'll do some chin ups. I'll do some shoulder press and some bent over rows. My chin-ups really need some work. I actually have a really weak upper body, so that's definitely something that I'm going to try to improve on throughout the year. And then the third one I'll do is like a combination. So I'll do like upper body and lower body, so I'll do a little combination of that. And then the 2 other days are high intensity interval training days. So I'll do one at the gym, and then I'll do one with my boyfriend, who's my personal trainer. So he'll take me down to Manly Beach, which is where we live, and he'll run me through some like sprints, some like squat jumps, some lunges, and I love those sessions because I get to go into the water afterwards and like have a little swim. So I'm loving that. And yeah, so that's basically my training regime at this moment, at this point in time. Really important for me to have 2 rest days. I've discussed that with my trainer. And so yeah, having 2 rest days is really important. I've got one in the middle of the week and then one sort of on the weekend. So today is actually a rest day for me. And then tomorrow we'll go to the beach and we'll do our little sprint session. I might try to bring you guys down to one of those one time. We'll see. I'll show you guys what it's like. It's actually really, really fun. It's really hard, like it's tiring, but it's really great fun as well. And so yeah, my training's been going really well. I've been really happy with how I'm feeling, how my strength is improving. Obviously I've got goals that I'm going to reach, which I've mentioned for you guys before, but if you haven't watched my videos, you don't know what those are, is to improve my time on this thing called the resilience test, which is a test that we do at my gym. I actually redid that test last Friday and I shaved about 3 minutes off my original time, which was so exciting. I really should have done better. I had a few struggles throughout the test just in terms of like my grip strength because my hands were so sweaty. But yeah, I'm really happy with that result and I'm going to keep trying to get better with that test. And then yeah, just improve. I've got a PB that I want to reach on my deadlift and I've got a PB that I want to reach on my squat as well. So those are some of the goals that I have that I will be working towards throughout this year. So at the moment, those 5 training days a week are what's best for me, and those 2 rest days. That may change. I may need to do less or I may need to do more depending on what happens throughout the year, but that is where I'm at the moment. And I'm just loving it. I feel really great. I've got a program that's working really well for me. And yeah, having a trainer is one of the best decisions I've made. Really helps me with my motivation and really helps me try to reach my goals and to get where I want to get. So guys, I also did want to touch on food and nutrition because I have been getting a few questions from you guys about what I do in terms of what I eat and what foods I eat and whether I track my macros or track my calories. I absolutely do not track my calories. I don't track my macros either. That's a decision that myself and my trainer came to, and that's definitely something that I don't really feel is important at this point, because I feel like counting calories is really dangerous, especially if you're someone who has had a history with an eating disorder, because you start becoming really fixated and obsessed with food and what's in food and whether it's good or bad or whatever. So for me, I have a really great balance. I eat intuitively. I make sure I eat regularly throughout the day because I really need to have the energy in order to be able to train properly and to be able to get the results that I want, and the strength gains that I want, and also get the results that I've been wanting and reach the goals that I have set out for myself. So it is important that I am eating regularly and I am eating enough and that I'm eating a range of foods. Yes, I do tend to eat healthy foods or everyday foods. So instead of using words like good or bad or clean or dirty, I try to just say I have everyday foods and I have sometimes foods. So everyday foods are obviously like your vegetables, and I have fruit every day. You know, I make sure that I have good carbohydrates every day. I have proteins and fats every day. I make sure that I have all of those as part of my diet because they're really important for a healthy diet. But I don't obsessively think, oh, does this have too much of this or does this have too much of that, or am I eating too much of this or that? I really try to just listen to what my body wants. I also do have sometimes foods as part of my diet. I think it's really important to make sure that you're not really heavily restricting yourself. And there's this one quote that I found in this book called 8 Keys to Recovery from an Eating Disorder that has absolutely stuck with me my entire journey. Any restriction will lead to a binge. So if you decide that you want to completely cut out something that you really love, so whether that be, so for a couple of years ago or a few years ago, there was all of this craze around completely cutting out carbohydrates, which is your body's main source of energy. So there was this whole craze around like carbohydrates being bad for you, and people would just restrict and cut out all their carbohydrates. If you restrict something completely that you love and you're not having it in moderation, you're completely restricting it, and it's something that you really want, inevitably your body will start to crave that and you will binge on that. So the best way to avoid having any unhealthy relationships with food is to make sure that you're having everything in moderation and that you are listening to your body and you listen to what your body wants and what your body craves. And that is something that's really, really important for me. I do not restrict myself. I do not say no to things because I know that that in itself is pretty unhealthy and it's an unhealthy mentality. I think everything in moderation is important, not only for your physical health, but for your mental health as well. It's really important that you have fun. It's important that you can be able to socialize around food as well. So if you find yourself, saying no to social occasions because you don't know what food's going to be there or whether it's going to fit your diet or whatever, that's actually an unhealthy mentality in itself. You should be able to have a relationship with food where you can have sometimes foods and you can also have everyday foods and you can be really intuitive with your diet. I feel like I've hit the real sweet spot where I don't have fears about food anymore and I can really eat and enjoy my training and have enough energy to train as well. So that is one thing that I really wanted to touch on and I think is really important, is that we don't put these foods into clean and dirty, because I think that attaches unnecessary emotions to food when food is just food, and it's okay to have things in moderation and it's okay to have things every now and then that you crave and that you love. So we have a slight change of plans for the old Saturday afternoon. I am going to go and watch Boyfie play basketball in Bankstown today, which is in Sydney's west. So that's going to take us about an hour and a bit to get there. Aw, hey honey. You sad little cat. She's like found something. She's really got her eyes set on it. Like she's getting all crazed and primal. It's weird. Usually she's a bit more affectionate. But, she's in a weird mood today. So that's the plan for this afternoon. I'm going to go to Bankstown and I'm going to watch him play and then we'll be back in the afternoon. So yeah, that's the idea. So I am back in the old humble abode. Just went and saw the Boyfie play a basketball game that was out in Bankstown. Didn't exactly go to plan. They didn't win, but that's okay. You can't always win. He played really well, so that's all you can really hope for. At the moment, we're just about to have some dinner and then we're going out tonight because it is a friend's 21st birthday. So I've kind of tried to make myself up. But for real, if you guys know any like really good makeup YouTubers who really go back to basics, really simple stuff, I don't know how to contour or do lashes or anything like eyeshadow. If you guys know of anyone, please let me know. Preferably someone who works a lot with like really cheap products because girl can't afford it. So yeah, probably gonna have some Mexican tonight because that is in the fridge because we had nachos last night. So good. Yeah, that's the plan. So I thought I would just end the vlog here, say goodbye for now but not forever, and I will talk to you guys soon. I love you so much, and yeah, have an amazing day or night or wherever you are.